So I'm halfway through my build. I started with a video some time ago from spare parts. It was a longer channel, an orbital channel, and I cut it down. And I said I was going to make a new design on this tool. Now, I'm not going to show you underneath of the squeegee because it's not for anyone to see, but this is probably going to be the one that I'm selling to that guy if he ever, Julio or whatever his name is, if he doesn't get back to me soon. Excuse me, either I'm going to sell it or I'm going to do another giveaway. This is something a little different. Don't pay attention to this because this is an old spare handle. I just put it on the channel, but there's a little flaw in this because I don't know if the screw is going to work its way loose because it's not sitting on the channel right. It's not sitting on the channel right because I drilled the hole too close to the channel, so it's bucking a little bit on the curved part of the front of the channel. I can easily fix that, but I don't think it's going to be a real issue. You know, if that nut, see, it's a little tight, I have to unloosen that screw a little bit. I like it loose like a goose. But this was my original design. This right here I got from Herman. Herman is, he was the original inventor of these O-rings here. I call them an O-ring. He calls them something else, I think. If you hadn't had a chance, go check out Herman the Monster. Herman the Monster. Herman the Great, the bloke over there. He's a mod mastermind, that guy. But I got this concept from him. But for what I was using it for and my style of cleaning, I had a different idea. You see, I just took it to another, I just picked it up a notch like Emerald. So I got rid of this concept, but I left that on there. I don't know. This is the only handle this is on here. All of my other ones, I took it off and I redesigned the water output. What I mean by output, the way it comes on the glass. All right. So this one, as I said before, see, with most designs, when people started playing around with combining water to the squeegee, originally it was made to go shoot from over the top, and it usually has a nozzle of some kind. But I've changed the way that comes out, and as I said, it's not on the top. On the high flyer it is, because the tool is different. So I had to change the design that fits each style tool that really has put out. So this particular one, because it's a one pass, the concept has to change now. You see where this is going? So I actually low profiled it to come out on the bottom. All right, now I'm not going to say too much more about the subject because this particular design is my favorite, the way the water comes out. But as I said before, if you take a look at this short clip, the whole concept can be used in a number of different applications, including construction cleanup. As I said before, remember I was talking about the dust boogies, right? There's always a problem with boogies getting on the squeegee, especially in offices. But you don't want to go doing it the way that I'm about to explain it to you when you're dealing with office and paperwork. I'm talking about in particularly other places like gyms or even you know, some storefronts, you know. So you can leave the water on low. What that does is it pushes that how should I say, it makes like a little wave. When you're squeegeeing, it makes like a little wave coming down the glass. This is why I said you're not going to have a whole puddle of water on the glass, because you're not thinking in terms of water fed like you would think, like outside water fed. This whole nother concept is indoor water fed, but it's portable indoor water fed squeegee. What that means, it has the capability of being amphibious in a certain kind of way, because it could be a constant water fed device, or it could be a on-demand water fed source, depending on what you're doing. If you need the water to stay on, you could at a slow rate, because what you want to do is you don't want to saturate the area you're working at, but you want to keep that flow on enough and be able to turn it off at a moment's notice when you're going in between next windows. Having that water source on low, I'll tell you 3 things it does. I'm not going to give you a whole list. 3 things it does. If the sun is blazing and even on the inside, that window could dry up. Having that water with a 1-pass tool and having it on low, you could really bust out a whole bunch of windows. But when you're talking about going in and out of booths for restaurants and things of that nature, you might not want to keep it. That's why I said this tool will be able to adapt to any kind of work environment, from construction cleanup, yes. But I'm not going to talk too much about that, because that will make this video super duper long. So that whole concept is to rinse those dust boogies down before it has a chance to get on the rubber. All right? Then, if you're doing construction, the same concept applies. If you have cement, grit, sand, or whatever, if you're down the shore, you're down the beach, you might have a little bit harsh weather, and you need to still water the heck out of the glass. I tell you what, you don't want to do that when you got a sandy beach area, but I tell you what you could do with a device like this, even a mop. If you attempt to mop that window with all that sand on there, it's really not a good thing. So you would have to use something totally different and go a whole totally different approach. Like water fed that tool very lightly without pressing too hard with the bristles. But why even do that? You could do it faster, if not the same, but faster, I think, with the squeegee. If you clear the top half, then you turn the water on low, you're rinsing that first layer of sand, grit, and dirt off, and then you can go to town scrubbing if you want. You feel me? It's all about working smart, not hard. Now, I'm not going to go down the list of, that's just like 10% of what these water-fed tools could do in so many different applications. But see, people don't think like I think, all right? But this is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see y'all in the next one.